I want to talk a little bit about being in lack mindset versus being in abundant mindset, or being in the mindset of fear, versus being in the mindset of trust. I think they're pretty much one-to-one. I was thinking about how difficult it was when I was making the decision to actually go forward with the divorce. Okay? Divorce is something that we had talked about for many years. Most of the time it was just like once a year or once every 2 years or something like that. That last year, though, we talked about it once a month. It was something that I didn't want to happen. And so I think there was a part of me that just kept pushing it off, right? And it's not that I didn't realize that I wanted something different than what I was experiencing in that connection. That's not it. It's that I was so afraid of the alternative, right? Of being divorced, being single, that I just made a decision to ignore my own needs, right? I was like, it's fine, this is what relationships this is what they're about. Okay? I can't live in pretend world that there can be actual love and fairness, balance in marriages. That's just not realistic. That's something that that's like a Hollywood thing. It's not like a real life thing. So I need to get my head out of the clouds, essentially, and just learn to live with what is available to me, right? And so that is a lack mindset. That is a fear mindset. Do I judge that version of me? No, because things happen when they need to happen. It's like I had to go through the thoughts in my head over and over in cycles, right? Over and over. However often or infrequent they would come up, I needed to have those moments in order to get to a place where I felt myself strong enough to be able to make that move, right? Ultimately, I didn't know what was going to happen, right? Would I, get a divorce and then fall to my death, basically, in one way or another? I didn't know. I could have great success or I could have tremendous failure. And so some of that was just being concerned about what that would look like, right? Not only just that the marriage wasn't successful, but what would come from my life afterwards, right? There was something in me that felt like, oh my God, now I have to get into some sort of performance, and I don't want to be in a performance. I feel like my marriage in many ways has been performance, and I don't want that. I want to get back to an authentic self. These were real thoughts that I had then. I was like, I just want to get connected back to my own self, dude. I feel so far away from myself, who I actually am. And so this is where I really am a big believer in timing. Things need to happen when they are meant to happen. It's like we have to grow in our awareness in certain ways and grow in our strength. And once you're ready for it, you're ready for it, right? And not everybody will make that choice. There are people who are very unhappy in their marriage and they stay in the marriage for whatever reason. Dude, do I have any judgment for that? No, dude, no. Things happen the way they're meant to, it's fine, okay? But just for myself, dude, I got to a place where I was like, I cannot live in such an inauthentic way anymore, dude. I'd rather just be on my own, take care of myself, okay, than to play pretend, essentially, like, you know, present to the world that I'm like this happily married person. And on the inside, I feel so lonely and sad, right? And so, you know, if and when we're ready to make these sort of choices, it does take a certain amount of trust, right? Like, I don't know what's coming my way, but I will be taken care of by the universe. Like, there will be support and help along the way. And so I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take that leap, you know? Anyway, this is such a big topic, but yeah, that's all for today, guys. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I am looking at the waves of the Pacific Ocean even as we speak. So my Saturday, it's pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, see y'all.